Hi everyone, welcome to Module 2 of Nursing 452. This is Dr. Piontek here. I just wanted to go over with you the components of Module 2. So what you're going to do is we're going to finalize our project plans and objectives. You're going to be posting in the second component of the discussion board. So remember last week you posted in the first component, which was your initial post. And the second component now is the discussion board response post that you will post to your peers, okay? Continue, or actually for some of you begin, the process of finding 10 hours of service, learning, or collaboration that align with the BSN Essentials. And if you need more information about that, I'm going to direct the arrow over here, okay? So click on that, and that describes about the 10 hours of service, the learning and collaboration. So actually, let's just go ahead and click on that since this might be new to most of you. So as part of this course, there are 10 additional hours that you will be doing that's related to service, learning, or collaboration to improve health outcomes. So examples of these can be webinars, CEUs, attending conferences, services for that you provide with a food bank or other public service activity. And then you'll pick that activity and you'll align it with one or more, if you can, of these BSN Essentials. And when you can align that activity with the BSN Essential, then you will provide a rationale as to why your activity aligns with that BSN Essential. Then, when you click on this link here, this is a form that you will complete prior to the activity. It basically just indicates that you were able to do this. I do review these periodically, every couple of days, really. So if you do a good job and you can efficiently align it with the BSN Essential and provide a rationale, then you're good to go. If you are reaching for the stars and really having to struggle in connecting your activity with the BSN Essential, then I will let you know, and you'll have to pick a different activity. Once you are completed with your activity, then you're going to submit the completed form here. Okay, so both of these drop boxes have unlimited submissions because not all activities are going to be worth 10 hours all at once. You might have 1 hour here, 3 hours there, that sort of thing. So for each activity, you need to submit one form. Okay, so let's go back then to our modules where we were. Go back into Module 2. And the interviews that you've done. So you're going to actually, you've already done one interview of your key player. Then you're going to do 2 additional interviews with the 2 other key players. You've already generated the interview questions. If anything was glaring, I sent you an email, so be looking for that. So questions like, what's your favorite color? What's your favorite food? Obviously, those are things that we do not want in your interview questions. The purpose of the interview questions that you formulate really align specifically to the project that you are doing. Okay, so make sure this is your opportunity to pick the brains of those key players so that way you have a very well-developed project. So looking ahead in Module 3, you're going to actually do the introduction draft of your population-based prevention plan. So you don't really have to tackle that this week, but I just wanted to put that out there for those of you who like to work ahead. And in Module 4, you're actually going to do a draft of the evidence literature summary part of the section of your population-based prevention plan. All right, so I have a few things here basically that you can read up on. This is instrumental. So if you remember back in 451, when you did your share it presentation, all of you had to do SMART objectives. So I let a lot of things kind of slide in 451 because I know it was your first exposure with SMART objectives, but for this course, I really want you to hone in on these and that each specific component, SMART, of the, when you formulate your SMART objectives, all right? So I have that outlined here. If you have questions about SMART objectives, please let me know. I can help you on an individual, like depending upon your project, for example. So the objectives that you have for yourself at the beginning of your paper, these are what you hope to gain from this experience, okay? It's not what you want your audience to gain from your project because you haven't put your project together yet. It's what you want to gain from this experience. Now, later on, like around week 5, when you are finishing up your paper, that will be due a couple weeks after that, you are going to construct SMART objectives of what you want your audience, your participants, the population that you're speaking to, what you want them to gain from your presentation. Okay, so I hope that makes sense. Your interview reflection will go here. So remember, you're going to have all 3 key players that you're going to interview by the end of the week. And then you're just going to do a reflection from those interviews, like what you've really gleaned, any aha moments that you've encountered, that sort of thing. And there's a guide here, so you'll click on that. And then your practicum planning assignment, that's that introduction, you're going to include here. And then again, reiterating about what is up here in the BSN 10 Essentials, I've also included down here. Okay, so this actually has the form that you're going to submit, and you'll actually submit that form up here into the BSN Essentials, okay, tab, because remember, this is an ongoing process. You're not going to be able to get all 10. It maybe you can, but most of you will not get all 10 hours in at once. That's why I have it listed separately here, as well as the drop boxes, because not every module is going to have that drop box. It's going to be easier just to access that information through this tab here. Okay, but I did put it here because this is, for those of you who have not started looking at those 10 additional hours, this is the time to do so. And these are the forms that you'll use. Okay, so I think that pretty much covers it. So yes, you will be doing your 2 additional interviews this week. You do not have to type out the responses like you did for the first key player. What you're going to do instead as an assignment is you're going to create the interview reflection of all 3 key players. And then you're going to post in the discussion board at least 2 response posts to your peers. And then make sure that they're sufficient. Make sure that it's more than just I agree statements. I'd really like to have some nice constructive paragraphs, maybe, at least 4 sentences long. Let's really kind of immerse ourselves, since we're essentially just kind of doing an every other week discussion board. I really do expect more out of those response posts. And then the practicum planning, this is that introduction component that you're going to be formulating, and you'll access that here, and then so the form, you'll access that here, and then you'll drop the assignment in here. So I hope this helps. If you have any questions, please feel free to contact me, and I look forward to talking to you soon. Thanks.